Herzlich willkommen wieder zurück bei einer weiteren Folge von NBA 2K23. Hier mit mir, Christian Angel 3000 und mit dem Star des Tages, Xing Xiong. So ist mein Name des Charakters, genau. Ja, ich begrüße euch erstmal hier herzlich. Wir haben in der letzten Folge das erste Spiel gemacht und ja, in der letzten Folge ist es ein abruptes Ende gekommen mit der Aufnahme, denn ja, es war ein bisschen Überlänge und wir haben letztes Mal ein Video angeschaut von den Sean, oder wie der heißt, der Shan, oder wie der heißt, der Typ, und der hat mich halt übelst gedisst und etc. und mich mit meinem Namen, ja, also er hat mit meinem Namen Scheißdreck gemacht und mich verspottet sozusagen. Und das müssen wir irgendwie dann doch mal langsam hier mal entgegenkommen. Mein Ruf wird immer geschädigt, aber keiner will irgendwie was zu tun und ich darf anscheinend nicht. Ich hoffe, es gibt irgendwann noch eine Revanche und wenn nicht, dann müsste ich halt wirklich ein eigenes Promotion-Video machen, um ihn im Endeffekt fertig zu machen. Und ja, das wird sich auf jeden Fall bald zeigen und ich hoffe, dass wir dann doch bald auch ein bisschen Stress machen können, was das angeht. Denn ja, wir haben auf jeden Fall noch weitere Spiele vor uns. Wir gehen jetzt kurz nochmal hier kurz durch die Hallen. Gucken, ob man mit dem Chef reden kann, ob er uns mehr einsetzen kann. Der ist halt auch nicht da. Prima, kann man echt nicht meckern, aber okay. Würde ich sagen, gucken wir mal, ob wir noch mal ein Spiel machen können. Oder ist es vorbei? Ja, ist vorbei. Gut, also wir müssen im Endeffekt raus. Und ja, checken wir einfach mal die Lage, was wir machen können. Wir müssen auf jeden Fall noch 3 weitere Spiele machen, also 4 weitere Spiele, definitiv, um die Aufgabe abzuschließen, um in der Story voranzukommen. Aber es wird halt nicht so einfach, ne? So, gut. Come on. So, alles klar. Gut, die Frage ist, könnte ich eigentlich direkt wieder rein? Oder was muss man da eigentlich jetzt tun? Ich kann ja mal kurz gucken, kann man mit dem hier reden? Nope. Nope. Darf ich vorbei? Darf ich vorbei? Nein, nein, nein. Ah, schade. Gut, okay. Das gucken wir mal einfach mal nach den Quests, die wir jetzt hier haben. Nebenquests. Wir haben hier ein Meeting, okay. Minimart, okay. Ja, komm, machen wir das einfach mal. Das auf jeden Fall kam dazu. Dann würde ich sagen, auf Sport. Nein, das war das Falsche eigentlich, aber gut. Let's go. Okay, das geht auch, okay. So.
Oh, Josh, what's going on, man?
MP, how you doing?
Bro, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Yo, again, man, thank you for taking the time to see me, bro. That's love.
Man, no problem. You know, I was in a similar situation last year, so I think I can help.
Hold on. Didn't you go top 5 last year? And the people loved you too, bro.
Man, I went 6, and yeah, a lot of people liked me, but there was also a lot of people who were shocked that I went that high, so, especially on social media.
Bro, man, tell me about it. Social media can be so brutal, man.
Man, that's what happens when it's all anonymous, I guess. Still, you see it all, and it affects you.
All right, so that's a good point you said. So, like, how do you deal with that doubt then?
Well, I've always been someone who likes setting up teammates, helping them succeed, so as long as my guys around me were thriving, I didn't really care what anybody said about me.
Wait, but hold on. Like, you gotta play well too, bro. It's not all about the team.
Yeah, well, me playing well, it means my guys are playing well around me, so that's just my game, and I can't really separate the two.
Bro, you got the vision, man. You got the vision out there. You dropping them dimes. I see you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Look, I gotta bounce, but it was nice talking to you, man. Hit me up if you ever want to hoop or you need any advice or whatever.
All right, let's get it.
Okay. So. Haben wir abgeschlossen. Wir gucken mal weiter bei Quests, was wir als nächstes machen können. Ja, lass uns das machen. Weiß nicht, ob wir überhaupt noch was machen können. Workout, ich weiß nicht, ob der Tag jetzt vorbei ist. Ich weiß nicht, wie das Tag-Nacht-Zyklus hier Da können wir das erst morgen machen. Da können wir was machen, aber schwierig. Gut, okay, 400. Ach du Scheiße, okay. Das ist ganz... Was hat denn der denn auf dem Kopf? Kopenhagen oder was? Ui. Ein langer Weg, den wir leider bestreiten müssen. Hätte auch mit der U-Bahn fahren können, aber irgendwie ja, war jetzt keiner in der Nähe. Was war das denn jetzt? Da komme ich gar nicht lang, merke ich gerade. Ja, hochfahren die Treppen kann man auch. Easy. Ist halt kein Skate. Leider nicht. So. Achso, ja.
Hey, MP! And what's going
Wait, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Jake from State Farm?
Oh, you know I am.
Oh, what's going on, man? What you doing here?
Oh, I'm just doing some Jake from State Farm
I see
things.
it, I dig it, I dig it. That's what's up.
Listen, I'm excited to meet you, man. I'm a big fan.
Oh, you ain't gotta say that, bro.
No, I mean it. You're like one of my favorite college players of all time.
That's major, bro. That's love right there. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And now that you balled in the city, I mean, you're practically neighbors.
Oh, I see what you did there, though. I see what you did there. That was smooth.
Listen, bro, if you need anything, just ask. Just like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Stop playing. Time out. Y'all see this? I know y'all see this right now. That's Jake from State Farm.
Nah, they're used to this right now.
Oh, man. Yo, my man. It's a pleasure to meet you, man. Seriously.
Likewise. Hey, I'll see you around.
I'm gonna see you around, man.
For real, let me know if you need anything.
For sure, I got you.
All right. That was MP right there.
Ja, und nochmal ein bisschen Punkte erhalten. Sehr schön. Und ich denke mal, jetzt heute zeige ich mir den Quests lang. Wir haben ja schon einiges gemacht. Täglich, das kriegen wir nie. Was täglich? New Balance Challenge. Okay. Und Geld kriegen wir. Rede mit Personal, mit Balance Station. Okay, da haben wir auf jeden Fall. Finde Running, okay. Ja, machen wir mal das da. Mal gucken, ob wir das finden. Das ist doch gleich in der Nähe. Ah ja, wir sind ja in der Einkaufsmall, merke ich gerade. Easy.
I don't believe in staying in your lane. Put on a pair of New Balance and show out.
Was? Spektakuläres Spektakuläre Danks. Beliebtes Spiel in der Stadt. Okay, alles klar. Gut, ja, das heißt im Endeffekt, ja, wir können im Endeffekt wieder zurück. Hier gibt es auch noch was. Habe ich jetzt nicht gesehen. Wer ist da? Sieht aus wie mein Bruder.
Can you spare some time? I think you're really gonna like this.
Okay, alles klar, ich habe keine Ahnung. Gut. Ja, würde ich sagen, ab zurück. Ne? Wo ist denn die nächste U-Bahn-Station? Da unten. Oh ja, ganz schönes Stück. Und da würde ich sagen, dann gehen wir einfach ins nächste Spiel. Wir haben doch noch was zu tun hier. Sehe ich gerade. Ah, das war das da, okay. Gehen wir zurück. Hauptquest. Ah ja, da, genau. So. Das Lustige ist, bergab, ja, man merkt ein bisschen was, aber nicht so viel. Naja, Top Takes Daily müssen wir jetzt haben, Interview vorbereiten, genau. Da war ja was. Ja, ich muss mal ganz kurz gucken, welche Taste war nochmal Karte? Ne, das war das. Das war die Kameraführung. Das geht gar nicht. Das ist ja doof. Okay. Da müssen hier rechts rein. Okay, alles klar. Kann ich ja so? Ah ja, stimmt, also geht's auch. Hinter uns ist auch noch eine Aufgabe, sehe ich gerade. Ah. Au. Oh, eine Dame. Okay.
MP, I've got something for you.
Okay. Haben wir das auch. So, dann würde ich sagen, dann gehen wir jetzt zur U-Bahn und ab nach drüben. Hallo? Skateboard? Keine Zeit. Keine Zeit. Alles im Zeitstress. Das müsste hier irgendwo gesehen sein. Genau, da ist es ja. Steig doch ab. Ab nach unten. Ab nach drüben. So. Und los geht's.
Nice game.
Komm ich denn da rein? Ach hier.
Ash, not one chair?
I don't do chairs.
So what about your guests? We all just gonna stand, stare at you?
Guests? No. Did you come in here to drag me from my office decor, or do you want to prep for Top Takes Daily?
Let's prep.
Great. All right. So obviously, what Shep said was beyond the pale, but you've already been memed to death on social media, so it's not like it's going anywhere.
You know what, Ash? The
anytime
more and more I
soon.
think about Shep right now, the angrier I'm getting. So I'd rather not talk about this.
Okay, be that as it may, you will have to talk about it, and
Mila?
you
You
can't
spoke about Mila on
lose your
TV?
cool on national
I
television.
don't care about TV. That is not cool.
I'm sorry. Do you think that this is a prestige TV show? They're gonna ask you about it. You're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna get your emotions in check. Do you understand?
That was not acceptable.
Sure. Tell that to him when you see him in person.
Oh, I will.
But when you talk about it on TV, because believe me, you will have to talk about it on TV, you need to keep an even keel. You can say that the comment was unacceptable. You can even call him trash if you want.
But
I
isn't
don't
that
care.
basically losing my cool again?
Not if it's true. Okay? The main thing is you need to keep your cool so that it doesn't look like you're about to attack Kendrick Perkins for bringing it up on television. That's gonna make you look weak.
Okay. I can get with that.
You could play the disappointed parent card, right? Oh, I expected more from my fellow man. The NBA is a brotherhood. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
High road or low road, right?
No,
Kinda thing?
they're both the high road. Both the high road, just different flavors. But the key is you gotta be authentic, all right? You need to be you. You just need to be the calmest, most mature version of yourself possible.
Yeah, that's kind of like when I was in college. It kind of reminds me of that time when...
No, I don't have time to go on a trip down memory lane. Do you have anything else to say about Top Takes Daily?
No. I have no more questions.
Excellent. I'll see you at the studio. I'm gonna meet you there. I need to lay some ground rules with the showrunner. And I also want to be there in case anything crops up last minute. Does that sound good?
Sounds like a plan. Again, thank you for your advice. Thank you for... Get some chairs in here next time.
Engage your core. Sit on the yoga ball. Wouldn't hurt.
Die ist irgendwie ganz komisch. Die Frage ist, so wie sie sich verhält, wäre wahrscheinlich nur das Beste, aber oder sie ist einfach nur abgeneigt von mir. Wer weiß, mein Charme ist wahrscheinlich doch nicht so gut für sie. Wer weiß. So, dann würde ich sagen, ab zum, ja, Studio von den Top Techs Daily und das Interview zu machen, wie man das bezeichnet. Und mal schauen, was uns erwartet. Ob wir ruhig bleiben oder doch ausrasten. Ich hoffe ruhig bleiben und sachlich bleiben natürlich. Aber im Endeffekt, das, was er abgezogen hat, geht eigentlich ganz und gar nicht. Also das ist schon unter der Würde. Und deswegen müssten wir eigentlich einen Standpunkt setzen, dass er eigentlich der größte Vollhonk ist, den es gibt. Weil sowas zu machen, klar, Dissen und etc., bla bla bla, aber irgendwo hat es auch seine Grenzen, Leute. Auch Grenzen muss es geben. So. Dann gehen wir mal hier rein.
What you got there, Ashley? Huh?
Bunch of hopefuls.
Okay.
Trying to ride your coattails.
And,
And here he is.
MP, my name is Jocelyn Davies, executive producer for Top Takes Daily. So nice to meet you.
it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
As I was telling Jocelyn earlier, we are open to any discussion involving one Chef Owens, but we do expect those questions to be respectful. And if you wish to move on quickly from any given question, we expect that desire to be honored.
And as I was just explaining to Miss Saint Germain, this is a reputable program on a billion-dollar network. We take procedures and standards very seriously, and will of course treat MP
No
with
snacks in the dressing room.
Oh my gosh, I will take care of
Second day this week.
it. Got it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Chips,
billion-dollar
cookies,
network.
crackers, popcorn.
Got
I'm
it.
not
Got
asking
it.
for
Thank
much.
you so much. 60 seconds.
Thank you.
Very reputable.
That's Stan right there.
We'll of course treat MP with the utmost respect and professionalism at all times.
Well, you guys have snacks?
Oh yeah, we got snacks.
Hey, I'm good. Let's do it.
Jocelyn, I mean it. Okay? This is not the day for Kendrick to try to go viral over anything. Are we clear?
Ash, like, loosen up a little bit. I can handle Perkins. That's no problem.
See, MP's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
Oh, of that I'm sure. But I can take care of myself. Okay, let's not forget that.
Okay, you ready to head a set now?
Yeah.
Let's head over. Everyone, I'd like to introduce MP.
Hey, how's it going? Sam Woods. Big fan. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, man.
Of course, you know JJ
My guy. Good to see you.
and Kendrick.
Hey, what's going on, superstar?
Awkward. All right, you're gonna sit right here adjacent to me. Thanks.
All right, places, everyone.
All right, everybody, we're going live. Thanks for coming on the show. Here we go.
Anytime.
Just follow my video. 4, 3. And welcome back to Top Takes Daily. And for our next segment, we are joined live in studio by the guy everybody is talking about, our very special guest, MP. Welcome to the program.
My man, thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Now, I know this might be a sensitive subject, but I just want to get right into it. We all saw what happened on draft night.
Yeah.
But we haven't heard your side of the story. So I'm wondering, how does it feel to be on the receiving end of a mixed reaction like that on what should be the most enjoyable night of your life?
Okay. Draft ausgebuht zu werden. Das gehört dafür dazu. Ich meine, als Neukömmlinger.
That just comes with the territory, you know? Like, we make a lot of money, and it's all because of those passionate fans out there. Night in and night out, coming into the games and showing their support. It's because of them. You know what I'm saying? And yes, the fans are free to express their feelings however way they want. But it don't matter to me.
I mean, are we serious right now? Listen, MP, with all due respect, do you expect us to believe that? If I'm my own so-called fans were booing me, that wouldn't sit right with me at all.
Yo, Kendrick, my man, it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know in the long run, people will come around and, you know, see what I'm all about. You know, and that's just giving everything that I got to this game. You know, not only to the team, but to this city, man. You know, it's my job. Proving my worth to these fans is my job. You know, so I know right now they may be booing, but soon enough they're gonna be cheering for me.
MP, let's stay with the draft for a moment. A big part of the reaction to your selection was the fact that Shep Owens, your biggest rival, was still on the draft board.
That's right.
But a lot of people think he has the higher upside due to his athleticism and the fact that he has loads of untapped potential as a relative newcomer to this game, whereas you've been trying to work on your skill set for the last decade plus. How would you respond to people who think you've got the higher floor but the lower ceiling?
Ist Athlet, ich bin Basketballer. Ich verstehe schon, wo die Ansicht herkommt, aber ich teile sie nicht. Boah, okay, wie reagieren die Leute, die sagen, dass du zwar aktuell besser bist, aber weniger Luft nach oben hast?
I understand where that view comes from, but I don't share it.
And why is that?
It's because basketball is about a lot more than athletic ability. I mean, what is it all about? Like, what is your opponent doing? How can you stop them? What are your teammates' strengths? How can you empower them to play the best basketball that they can play?
Almost like a chess match.
Absolutely. A complete chess match, thank you. Athleticism is a tool, but that's all it is. It's a tool. It's like giving a power drill to a baby. But that doesn't mean that the baby can build your house just because he has that power drill. You feel what I'm saying?
Time out.
Did I mess your head up with that one?
Are you calling Shep Owens a baby?
I think so.
No. Don't. What I'm saying is it's just a metaphor. So let's not read into that a little too much here.
MP, you know we keep it real on here. I gotta ask you, man to man, how do you respond to Shep Owens calling you out on his reality show?
Oh, wow.
This dude took shots at you. He took shots at your family. He even took shots at your girl. What do you say to something like that?
Oh, das hört sich gut an, ja.
You know, I'm gonna say this as calmly as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's disappointing to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, basketball is a place where you express joy. Yeah, I want to beat my opponent, don't get me wrong. So in the heat of the moment, words do get exchanged. But to talk about another man's family? Like, fam, I'm embarrassed for him. My man has a lot of growing up to do.
Well, what I want to know and we want to know, the next time you two meet, are you going to exchange words? Are y'all going to exchange words?
I don't know. But I'm sure there's going to be a discussion. That I can promise you. You know, I'm not expecting him to change his stripes. You know, he is who he is. You know, so when someone shows you who they are, you believe them. That's it. You know, that's what my parents told me, and that's just how I live.
Well, this has been unforgettable, and I'd love to continue this conversation, but unfortunately, we are out of time. MP, thank you for joining us.
Wait, so that's it?
It's been a real pleasure. Yeah, and then we got to wrap things up, but you have been a tremendous sport, and we really appreciate you answering the tough questions. We wish you all the best, you and your family and your girl. Coming up next, we talk early season contenders and pretenders, but first, this commercial break.
Okay. Okay, wir haben jetzt haufenweise Nachrichten bekommen. So, was steht denn da? Okay. Sagen, dass sie zufrieden damit sind, wie top aufgetreten ist. Er war angesichts der Lage erstaunlich abgeklärt. Okay. Labe MPs Freundin an und der packt die, ich bin enttäuscht von dir. Elternpredigt aus. Was? Okay. Mal den Rückgrat wachsen, MP, okay. Muss dich leider enttäuschen, MP, aber du musst noch deutlich reifer werden. So, Ansichtssache halt, ne? Was soll MP denn dann bitte machen? Schieb für Schimpfen? Ich finde es gut, dass er mehr Klasse zeigt. Ja, dankeschön. So muss es sein. So. So, wir checken mal kurz die Uhrzeit. Das wird knapp. Das wird knapp, ein weiteres Spiel zu machen. Wir probieren es einfach mal. Dass wir wenigstens heute auch noch was geleistet haben. Oder wir können mal ganz kurz checken auf Quests. Haben wir da noch irgendwas Neues? MP? Nee, Nebenquests. Nee. Alles klar. Oh, was war das denn gerade für ein Move? Oh, sehr komisch. So. Ups, da komme ich gar nicht runter. Huch, was war denn jetzt los? Alles klar. So, dann würde ich sagen, ab zum nächsten Game. Lass uns loslegen und mal schauen, was uns heute erwartet. So, ich kann hier gar nicht rein. Okay. Arena betreten. Gibt es da noch irgendwas? Nee, ich glaube nicht. Okay, ja, halt, stopp. Hallo, Ladies. Okay, ab zum nächsten Spiel, meine Freunde. Und mal gucken, gegen wen wir antreten. Oh, sieht anders aus. Da liegt jemand auf dem Boden. Okay. Gucken wir mal. Ja, das muss immer so sein am besten, ne? Richtig optimal. Ah, zu früh. Ah, zu lang. Perfekt. Perfekt. So muss es immer laufen am besten. Ah. Oh, ist trotzdem reingegangen. Okay. Nice. Okay, das Spiel beginnt. Die ersten 5 Minuten.
A number of rookies are already making huge contributions, Grant.
And it's so much fun to see these young players stepping up, getting thrown right into the fire, and for good reason. When you have 2 or 3 stars eating up your salary cap, you need the guys on rookie contracts to perform, and they are.
Towns can't get it to go. Now Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. It's intercepted.
Ah, Steer, okay.
And here's Edwards. Russell with the ball. Now here's Gobert. Coming off a 12-point game.
Ooh. Ah, okay.
Edwards can't hit.
Gut, immer noch keins nach der ersten Minute, noch keiner hat einen Punkt gemacht. Jetzt Leute, macht schon. Oh, der war gut. Ah. Nee. War wohl nix, ein Satz für nix.
Now Towns. The three from Russell.
War ja.
They get the rebound.
Nein. Okay, die haben die ersten Punkte gemacht. Nach 1 Minute und 30. Okay.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one.
Jetzt gibt's mal Gas, Leute.
When you look at Anthony Edwards' stat line, Clark.
Yeah, improvement across the board, BA, and that doesn't just happen by accident or
Eine gute Verteidigung. Okay.
In almost every category, his game is only getting stronger and better. The future extremely bright for this young man, especially if he can keep that arrow green and going forward.
Oh, got a piece of it. And here's Giddey. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Giddey with a screen on Russell. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Minnesota has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. The three is up. Russell, that's good.
You know, Russell is so smooth. He's got deceptive length, which allows him to get those shots off behind the arc.
Leute, pushen.
Outside Giddey. Here's Holmgren. And he slaps it in one-handed.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
Minnesota has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Pass to Edwards. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Gobert. Gobert powers it home.
I love the ferocity from Gobert. Snagging that board and getting the putback, he wasn't going to be denied.
Now a time.
Timeout? Wieso? Hä, warte mal. Hä? Oh, ich hab die... Oh Gott. Ich hab die falsch angefeuert, glaube ich. Oder? Doch, ja. Oh Gott, ich bin so lost. Ich bin so lost. Oh my gosh. Ey, ich wollte die ganze Zeit immer von weißen T-Shirts haben wir, weißen Trikots. Wieso haben wir jetzt auf einmal blaue? Nur weil die was Besseres sind oder was? Geht runter vom Platz, verdammt. Wegen euch habe ich mich total verballert. Ey, verdammt. Ah, okay, wir liegen doch in Führung mit 7. Oh Gott, ey. Okay, Leute. Das war jetzt echt ein bisschen, ja, kein Kommentar dazu. Wir haben doch die blauen. So. Okay, sorry, das war jetzt mein Fehler. Komplett, ey. So, okay. Aber ich bin wieder auf dem Platz, das ist schon mal gut. So.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Now here's Giddey. Lets the three fly. McLaughlin with the rebound.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
Here's Prince. Baseline jumper. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Well, I really like the assertiveness Prince brings to this end of the floor. A very impressive offensive player.
From deep, Giddey. That one is off. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Last time they met in Minneapolis.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because
zu früh. Viel zu früh. Muss mehr konzentriert sein. Komm, gib mir mal nochmal die Chance, Leute.
This is not his quarter. He needs to give up some touches and recalibrate.
Here's MP. Again, the Timberwolves score. And watching the 18th pick of the draft, MP, there was a lot of debate as to where he could get selected.
Yeah, there was a lot of film on MP, but not a
Ja, das versuchen die auch.
Teams like his intangibles, but weren't sure if the upside of taking him in the first round was there.
27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. McLaughlin shot is good.
Good.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop.
There's very little defense for that.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for your Oklahoma City's Josh Giddey. 2 shots.
Ernst Sitze. Scheiß 2 Punkte. Triffst nicht. Loser! Deine Mama hat dich nicht enttäuscht. So. Das war gerade ein Satz, der irgendwie gar nicht richtig gepasst hat, aber egal.
Both free throws good from Giddey. So it's Minnesota now. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Nails it from beyond the arc.
Boy, I like their energy coming in.
So, erste Halbzeit. Oh, das erste Spiel vorbei.
The Timberwolves, 16.
So, wir machen mal kurz mal einen Break. Überspringt das mal. Und wir dürfen uns wieder hinsetzen. Ja, wir haben auch keinen Ball bekommen, also es war ja ein bisschen schwierig. Der Ball liegt da unten. Sehr schön.
You know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
Well, teams are always hunting mismatches. Grant, I'll put it to you here. You prefer a speed advantage or a size advantage over your defender?
Well, BA, it's all about the mismatches. And going back to when I was young and actually had some speed, it was great to be able to have both, depending upon who you went against. If a smaller player guarded you, use your size to shoot right over them. Use your speed to turn the corner and get to the rim. So it depended upon who was guarding you.
Alexei Pokashevsky is out there with Lou Dort. Then there's Holmgren. Then
guck nicht mich an.
Alexander, and it's man in at the 2. That's
Oh,
the lineup for
ja, der war
Oklahoma
gut.
City.
Terrific read on the part of Russell that time. Scanned the court, spotting the open man, and then whipped it there for an easy bucket.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the deadliest drivers in the league. Coach Nick Nurse of the Raptors said, quote, his first step is unbelievable. It's hard for anybody to keep him in front of him, and once he blows by you, he gets slowed down, he gets sidestepped. He's got a lot of things going. Brian?
Well, it's fun to watch, Allie. Thanks for that.
And great awareness. Holmgren so
Wir liegen
good
mit
at
10
reading the
Punkten in
movement of
Führung.
his teammates, a very heady passer for a big man.
Inside. Three-pointer. The shot by Towns, no good. The Thunder have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. And Towns' three-pointer is elite. But some don't think centers should float around beyond the arc. What's the balance there, you think, Grant?
Well, I mean, first of all, it just shows how the game has evolved with big guys shooting like him. The bottom line, just play with aggression and don't settle. That triple is a weapon. You also got to use your size and skill inside just as often.
Pass to Gobert. Outside Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Dort. Back to Gobert. And another basket for Minnesota.
Schön.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes,
Naja, wir
indeed.
dominieren
Rush
schon
fresh
ganz schön
offensively,
eigentlich jetzt.
They could really use a basket.
Here's Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 on the clock. Here's Dort, guarded by Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. And here's Russell. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And Edwards slams it in.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. stolen. Pass to Noel. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. 6 to shoot. Nice move. Towns with a rebound.
Nicht gut genug.
Towns has got 4 rebounds now.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Pass to Gilgeous Alexander. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound. Well, we're starting to see the pieces fall into place in OKC. Their #2 overall pick, Chet Holmgren, showing tremendous promise. And the chemistry he's developing with Josh Giddey and SGA makes them very, very intriguing.
Boy, deceptive athleticism that Russell has for a point guard.
Timeout? Wieso Timeout? Wegen was denn? Ich raff's nicht, okay. Muss man nicht so ganz verstehen, aber ja. Aber solange ich am Ende dann auch auf den Platz komme, ist es mir egal. Auch wenn es jetzt schon wieder nur eine Minute wäre. So, das haben wir ja schon mal gesehen, das können wir überspringen. So, wir kommen wieder auf den Platz. So, wegen einer Minute. Mal gucken, ob ich Punkte machen kann. Ich stehe jetzt immer hinten ganz allein so, okay.
To the middle. Here's Giddey. Count the basket.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Pass to Prince. To the inside. The 11-footer. And is blocked. And up the court
Damn
comes the
it.
Thunder on the break. Here's Jang. Offensive rebound. Outside Giddey. Three-pointer. The shot off that time.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
Prince has a nice, varied offensive game now. Loves mixing it up and going with the floater when the opportunity presents itself.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. From deep, Giddey. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's
Come on.
shaping up to be a great game.
So kacke.
Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Timberwolves ahead, up by 16. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Okay, wir überspringen mal, weil das müssen wir jetzt nicht unbedingt ansehen.
Welcome. First up, let's look at the two guys who are each leading their respective teams through the first half.
They've each been fantastic tonight, playing with fire, doing just about everything. Lots of pressure on these two in the second half.
I remember being the guy on a given night. Well, for me, it was all nights.
All right, and shifting gears to our current matchup, it's been a rough one so far for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And one of the main reasons they're down right now is because of their rebounding problems. They're getting outworked, outclassed, not bringing the intensity, not willing to get their hands dirty. They're playing like wimps.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Und somit ist die Halbzeit vorbei und mal gucken, was wir jetzt machen. Ob wir draußen stehen oder doch wir nur auf der Ersatzbank. Das sieht schon mal sehr gut aus. Was? Okay, das war ein komischer Schnitt. Keine Ahnung, das war vom Spiel. Da konnte ich nichts machen. Hat der Coach wahrscheinlich sogar anders entschieden.
Towns plays the 4 with Gobert in the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Jalen Noel. And it's Edwards in at the 3 slot.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Outside Edwards. Towns with the ball. Working on Pokashevsky. The 3. Outside for Russell. Launches it.
Gott, was denn jetzt doch? Zwei Würfe trotzdem. Okay. Ja, ist halt immer schwierig, dann unter den Korb den Ball noch zu bekommen. Also ist nicht verkehrt.
Something you can't put a price tag on, the Minnesota Timberwolves game last season, playoff experience, young guys getting accustomed to the crucible of postseason play. Extremely valuable.
Oh, there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. So Clark, would you say playoff experience also raises your regular season play?
Vielleicht meine Chance, dann beim zweiten Wurf reinzukommen.
Play in the playoffs, but I covered a bunch of them as a broadcaster. There's a different electricity. There's a different intensity. There's a different feel in the locker room. You learn not to back down. You learn to work through adversity, and you learn to play under pressure.
Yeah, and despite being the youngest team in the league, the Thunder have been solid defensively the last couple of years.
Doch nicht.
A great sign going forward for this franchise.
And so Gobert nails both of them. And looking at this Oklahoma City roster, what makes them so good on D?
Well, they have loads of length. The Thunder have made a point to draft players with huge wingspans, making things difficult for opponents scoring-wise.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 8 now. Pass to Russell. Drives to the hoop. That shot, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Dort, the pass to Giddey. Back to Dort. To the paint. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes a 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Giddey with a screen on Russell. Outside Giddey. Pass to Dort. To the left wing. To the middle. Here's Pokashevsky.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Over Towns. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Now here's Gobert. Not a lot of room. Nails it from 3. Edwards got
nice. Der war gut.
Edwards looking almost automatic there. Didn't wait too long to put that shot.
Endeffekt. Timeout, okay. Also im Endeffekt könnte man eigentlich sagen hier, wir können es eigentlich jetzt ein bisschen rauszögern mit der Zeit bis zum geht nicht mehr, um nur am Ende dann zu sagen so, hey, ja, ja, wir liegen schon in Führung. Ja, wir überspringen das mal die Minute. Darauf haben wir jetzt keinen Bock zu warten. Aber sieht so aus, als kommen wir auf den Platz. Hey, und wieder nur die letzte Minute, meine Freunde. Und wieder mal nur die letzte Minute. Oder überwiegend fast die letzte Minute. So, da drüben geht's los. Ja, scheiße, wenn man nicht abgeben kann. Ah.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. From deep, Giddy.
Thunder foul. Marquise Chris. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here's Minnesota now. 9 points in a row, a good run going. MP outside, back to Daniels. To the wing, right side.
Dumm.
Inside. High arcing shot. Count it.
Nice.
He's got his second basket on the night.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Back to Jang from 20 feet.
Nicht.
McDaniels with the rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to
Und?
be going their way.
Ach, come on, der wäre drin gewesen. Für was skill ich denn eigentlich den Dreier, wenn ich den nicht mal das hinkriege?
Get a good shot.
Jang gets the bucket.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Outside McDaniels. Pass to McLaughlin. And here's MP from outside.
Ey, das, was war das? Die Anzeige gibt Pem Pem, also. Okay, ich muss jetzt anders spielen. Ich muss dann doch erstmal einen Mittelwurf machen.
Now Giddy. Oh, he picked him clean. A nice shot by MP. MP's got 4 points this quarter.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court.
Your Thunder, 15. The Timberwolves, 39.
So, das dritte Viertel ist vorbei, meine Freunde. Und das heißt jetzt für uns ab zum letzten Viertel und mal gucken, ob wir da noch was machen können. Die Note ist halt nicht gerade berauschend. Aber wie soll man denn hier 60 Punkte machen? Im Endeffekt halt, ne, bei... ja, okay, wir haben ja schon fast 20 bei 2 Spielen. 2, 4, ja, 80 bei 5. So, okay, da würde ich sagen, auf geht's zur letzten Runde.
And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting a solid 53% from the floor. We've got Lugens Dort. Marquise Chris is out there with Holmgren. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Man in at the shooting guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Well, Clark, when you joined the NBA in 1982, there were around 300 players. Nowadays, it's over 500.
Yeah, you know, some would argue that's more opportunities, which is factual, but also others would say it's a little watered down now. But there are more good players, so I think it's basically an expansion of the talent level we see across the world. And the world is where the game is played, and that continues to be demonstrated by the number of international players that continue to make a mark on the NBA. So overall, I think it's a good thing to see the number of players expand at the NBA level.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
Gilgeous-Alexander taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Watching SGA run this offense, he's so patient and he reads the defense exceptionally well.
Pokashevsky's checked in for Chris. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Gobert's checked in for Anderson. Both free throws good from Gilgeous Alexander.
Tut eigentlich überhaupt jemand mal zum Freiwurf einfach mal verfehlen? Ich hab's bis jetzt noch nicht erlebt.
He's one of those guys the defense just can't speed up. And every move is purposeful. No wasted motion. He methodically breaks you down.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting only 23% so far. Pass to Holmgren. And that one's good.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Now Towns. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Wir haben 20 Punkte Führung.
That's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Here's Dort. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Beim Pass haben sie den Ball verloren. Meine eigenen Leute.
To fall out of 3 attempts in the
hart.
4th. Outside Russell, pass to Gobert. Here's Edwards, just 4 to shoot. The rebound by Mann.
Uncool.
The Thunder have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Here's Holmgren, defended by Gobert. Here's Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. Gilgeous Alexander against Russell from deep 3-point range. And Gilgeous Alexander missing. It's been all Timberwolves. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Gobert up top. Outside Edwards. From downtown. Drills it from deep. Edwards got 5 points now this quarter.
So, you know, Edwards is still tweaking his 3-point
2 minutes.
Sure look good there.
Gilgeous Alexander against Russell. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. Giddy's checked in for Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Noel's checked in. A minute 50 left to play in the 4th quarter. Russell, the pass to Gobert. And last season, new trophies unveiled for the conference finals, honoring Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Bob Cousy, Oscar Robertson. I love bringing up these names again.
I agree, B.A. I mean, these are legends. These were those that laid the foundation for this league to be successful. So the idea of adding a little hardware and putting their names on it, I couldn't think of anything better.
Shot clock at 5. From deep, Gilgeous Alexander. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got rebound number 11.
And right from the get-go, they stood out as the better team. Their hunger to
So, noch eine Minute.
for each other was outstanding for the Timberwolves.
Check out their assist number.
Ball.
They didn't get stuck in isolation. They got the ball to the guys who had the best matchups.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year.
And they've had their fingerprints all over this series, winning 2 straight and looking like they have this team's number.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And no question this was a team effort, but you have to love how big a night this was for Karl Anthony Towns.
And you can't put a price on the value of his rebounding in this game. His effort on the glass was a game changer.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Outside Gilgeous Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous Alexander. Shot to end the cold streak. The offensive rebound. Outside for Dort.
What?
Now here's Giddey.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ende. Wir haben gewonnen wieder. Sehr schön. Prima. Nice, nice, nice. Fans habe ich bekommen. Auch sehr schön. Das ist auch die Hauptsache. Oder kann man das so sagen? Ich weiß es nicht. Ja, aber Leistung war heute leider nicht gerade bei mir gerade berauschend. Aber was soll man machen? So ist es halt nun mal. Man kann nicht alles haben im Leben, was das angeht. Und somit würde ich jetzt einfach sagen, wir verabschieden uns hiermit mit dieser Folge. Wiederschauen, reingehauen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein, bleibt gesund. Ciao Leute und liken, kommentieren, abonnieren. Ne? Nicht vergessen. Tschüss.